In this course, we'll be using Microsoft Access to implement our relational databases. Microsoft Access is a simple database management system, and it can be used to run databases for individuals or for small firms. Access system is composed of 7 objectives that are used to implement relational databases. Starting out, there's the table, which are used to store data, which consists of a series of rows being records and columns attributes, as we just learned about in the prior video. Now these are connected by relationships. There's also queries, which are tools used to retrieve and display data derived from the records, as well as forms, which are utilized by the user to enter the data into the tables and view existing records. Reports are used to integrate data from one or more queries and tables to provide useful information to the decision makers. We also have pages, which are web-based forms. They allow data to be entered into the database in real time from outside the database system. Macros are defined by users to automate processes like opening a specific form, and access code can be altered by the use of modules. Shortly, you'll be creating an Access database step by step. Here is a UML class diagram drafting a data model for the sales process of Steve's Styling Sunglasses, which you will model in your database. Let's take a minute to get familiar with Steve's business and data models. What we see here is an REA data model separating the classes into 3 general categories, being our resources, our events, and our agents. So taking a look at our resources, we're going to start first with inventory and take a closer look at inventory. Okay, here we have our associations, we've got our multiplicities. If we want to just take a look at this first example, A, Steve Styling Sunglasses may sell more than 1 pair of sunglasses to a customer at one time. Okay? So he's going to sell 1, or he's going to sell many. Okay? For B, every pair of sunglasses that Steve Styling Sunglasses creates is unique and could be sold only once. So his inventory can only be sold 1 time. So there could be none, or there could be 1 sale off of the inventory. Moving on, C, the shop employs 2 employees who can act as a salesperson. A salesperson may not handle any sale transaction yet, and at most, each sale transaction could handle many sales. Okay, so here the salesperson could handle none or many sales. Moving on to D, 1 and only 1 salesperson greets and assists a customer from the beginning to the end of a sale transaction. Okay, so for sales, there's only going to be 1 salesperson from beginning to end. So they can only be 1. Looking at E, Steve Styling Sunglasses has repeat customers. Customer data is recorded after the first purchase. Okay? So customers can have 1 sale, or they can come back and have many sales. And then each sale, if we go to F, involves 1 and only 1 customer. Okay? So for each sale, we're going to come this way. There can only be 1 customer per sale. Now, similarly, we can look at the other resource of cash and take a look at the associations and multiplicities here. So here for A, each cash receipt is deposited in 1 and only 1 bank account. Okay? So here the cash receipt, it's got a one-to-one relationship here. It can only be one. If we want to look at B, each bank account could have no deposit or many deposits from the cash receipts event. So we could come in and not do a deposit at all, or we could do many deposits. Looking at C, each customer has the option for an installment plan. Steve Style & Sunglasses will have many cash receipts from the customer, and the one means that a down payment is required. So in other words, the customer could pay it all at once with one cash receipt, or they could pay in an installment and have many cash receipts. So let's take a look at D. It says each cash receipt is from one and only one customer. Okay, so the cash receipt relationship is going to only be one. Looking at E, the shop employs 2 employees who can act as a cashier. A cashier may not handle any cash receipts yet if they're new, or a cashier could take charge of many cash receipts. Okay, so here the relationship could be 0. If it's a brand new cashier, they're not going to do any cash receipts. But if they're seasoned, they could do many. And lastly, we have each cash receipt, a check from a customer, for example, is handled by one and only one cashier. So each cash receipt is only going to have one cashier responsible for processing. Now I think we have a little bit better understanding of Steve Style & Sunglasses and how his business works. Next, you're going to be working independently to create a Microsoft Access database to help model this.